Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Novia, and today we are going to be doing round two of my March budgeting since I get paid bi-weekly. I would say that this week's check is actually more so of a typical paycheck for me with a couple of hours of overtime just so I can make sure I get over the $1,000 mark to cover all my bills and necessities compared to the previous checks you've seen, like check amounts you've seen in my budgeting videos, because there were some weird fluctuations and things happening. But right now, what you're seeing as my pay for this paycheck is pretty much typical of what I get paid each each pay period. My budgeting system is not very complex. There's no spreadsheets, no weird equations, nothing super complicated to figure out. It's basically me starting off with whatever I get paid in a period and then subtracting all my bills and necessities, what I'm budgeting to spend on certain categories, until that number ends up being zero. Like, that's it. Nothing too hard there. And whatever else that I have left over, I try to throw towards the sinking fund. But usually what I get paid, my pay covers bills and necessities only, which is why one of my goals is to figure out some other side hustles in order to be able to reach the financial goals that I want to reach, which include throwing some money towards a student loan debt and to also throw some money towards some sinking funds, some things that I would like to save for. Usually, once I figure out my calculations for my budget for that pay period, I will check out my notes sections to see if there are any reminders of things that I need to do or catch up on. Some of the things that I included in my notes to remind me was to cancel some subscriptions. I know in the last video I was trying to decide which subscriptions I wanted, like if I wanted to cancel Netflix or not. I cancel Netflix because I come to find out with my phone plan I get Hulu for free, so it's like because it's already included in my plan. So I was able to cancel Netflix, and we switched over to Hulu, and I canceled that planner subscription. So that right there just puts $23 back into my pocket that I can use to either throw towards a sinking fund or try and reach my goal of throwing an extra $50 every single month towards a student loan debt. And then after that, I usually try and look at my expenses to see where I need to curb my spending. If you catched a glimpse at my daily spending, you can see that there's been a lot. It's been kind of ridiculous. But one of my biggest expenses has been for Baby Planner Nerds clothing, because since I've been KonMariing my clothes or our clothes and decluttering them, I'm realizing that she doesn't have much that fits her anymore. So I had to start buying her clothes, which I'm really glad I started the sinking fund for, to help, counterbalance that way it's covered, that way I don't have to stress about it. So yeah, like at this time I'm usually trying to update my expense pages. Some things I know I need to really curb on is my unbudgeting expenses. I've had quite a few unbudgeting expenses these past couple of weeks, but there are things that I needed to buy, which are mostly like electronic things. Like, not even. I had to buy a new cord, an extension cord for my printer. I had to buy a USB cord for my printer because while I finally bought the laser ink for my laser printer, I couldn't use it because the USB cord wasn't working. It was a ridiculous mess. And here you'll see I highlighted one of my sinking fund goals, and that was for Baby Planner Nerd spring clothes, because I reached it. So I reached the goal for that, able to spend the money so she can have some clothes, which she loved, and that was it. So I highlighted it. And next month I get to figure out which new sinking fund I would like to start and contribute to in the future. And that is pretty much it for this round. So I'm going to do a really quick little flip through for you guys so you can see how my setup looks so far this month. There's still a couple of weeks left, so the expenses will change, but that's pretty much it. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Big thumbs up. Also, if you haven't already, please go ahead and click that subscribe button down below and the little bell ringer next to it so you can be notified when I post my next videos. Until next time, thanks for joining me. Bye!